Let's butt fuck this debate.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Suck today's dick.
Just to make sure I don't like it.
In a world, 4 friends, 1 mission, to bring freedom to everyone involved.
Dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Doing a thing for the podcast.
Dude, just say the name.
Fine. It's the Freedom Friends podcast.
Holy fuck, boys. Guess what time it is?
Oh, John, tell me
John,
what
what are
time
we
it
doing?
is.
This is where I masturbate.
This
Yeah.
is where, once again, it is a Freedom Friends master debate with us, the Freedom Friends. I am Mikey Fahey. Across from me,
Scott.
the weathered, the wise, the
He's the salt and pepper.
all-encompassing
Salt and
man, Scott Jensen.
Patinaed.
Patinaed, if you will.
Oh.
Yeah. To his
But
left.
you know what I didn't have to do, being as old as I am? I did not have to travel with my medical gear.
That's a very true story. I have
So-
traveled with my medical
We'll talk
gear.
about that next time.
To his left, to my right, catty corner, I guess we would call it. The incomparable.
Oh, shit.
Oh, it's a big fucking
Incomprehensible.
word
Yeah.
for a Marine.
The incomparable, the unequatable,
Oh.
the one and only Jazz Broom.
Oh, dang.
To my right,
I'm
I just
excited.
got half a chub right
I
now.
know. I'm
To my
excited
right-
now for me.
one of the most sexiest terps you will ever fucking see.
That only speaks one
The,
language.
the Sultan of Slaying Box.
He
I don't know.
can interpret English to fucking grunt.
Yeah.
That is
That's all I
it.
can
Yep.
do.
That is it.
The Sultan of Box Slaying.
The Sultan of Box Slaying. The Sultan of Cigars.
The Shake of the Shakedown.
The one and only John Simons. We are the fucking Freedom Friends. Welcome to a Freedom Friends master debate.
And we've been drinking.
We have been
Yeah.
drinking, obviously.
Fucking A.
Shit's getting fucking weird tonight,
Chris
boys.
Freeman,
I'm in rare
this-
fucking form. I'm ready
Chris
to rock
Freeman,
this.
this show
is
is
an
fucked up thanks to
Empty
you, buddy. I
bottle.
appreciate that.
Black Barrel.
Yep, Chris Freeman, this one's out to you because this is my birthday bottle
That is
now
gone.
happily empty.
If you don't like this and you're offended by it, 1, you can go fuck yourself. 2,
Yeah.
blame it on Chris Freeman.
Yeah.
Mm,
You can't really blame it on Chris Freeman. The man has free in his name.
that's true.
That's true.
He's a-
You
That's
cannot,
he
you
is
can't
one-
not be a Freedom
he is
Friend with
one
the name
You
Freeman.
free
can't
man.
not be a freedom friend without
Yeah.
I
free
know.
in
It's
your
true.
fucking name. Come
Right.
on.
Very, very true. Justin.
What do we got?
I heard we got a debate,
this
buddy.
has been anticipated. Apparently, everybody else knows about it. I do
I'm
not.
shivering with anticipation.
I'm going. I'm
I have
going in
put zero
cold.
Hey,
effort,
Mikey.
Zero effort into this one.
I'm shivering with anticipation.
Patient.
There you go.
patient.
What do we got, Justin?
Well,
was
as
gross.
we usually do, we love to gang up on our favorite Marine here.
Yep.
So that's why everybody's kind of in the loop here. But I figure
Fucking knew it.
He's kind of
This
like my
is-
token Marine.
we're getting close to about 30 episodes right
Oof.
now,
Damn.
and I realize
Sorry,
we're
guys.
30 episodes in, and we don't have call signs. So we need to figure out some call signs for us
Call
boys.
signs.
Okay.
Let's get it.
So some Freedom Friends call signs.
So we should hit real call signs.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
talk about some actual call signs
Yeah.
first. Let's preface
Okay.
this for all you people out there that aren't military and have never.
John, break it down for us, grunt style. What is?
So the easiest
Fuck
way to
off.
explain it.
interpret a
Fuck off.
That was good.
No.
That was good.
No.
man.
I know.
That was
Shameless
good.
plug.
Yeah. shameless plug.
Is it reflex?
Break it down for us, Barney style.
Barney style. Okay.
What is
So,
a call sign?
In a traditional infantry unit, and I'm going to just base it off of that because
in a
it's so
traditional military unit.
A military unit
there
with
could be
radio comms.
I've
There
never-
are some units that just never get on the goddamn
Oh,
radio.
so what do they say? Hey, Fred.
Yeah.
like
No.
like the supply
Are you
guys don't
serious?
have call signs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Really?
Yeah. No.
So
Why would they?
the
the
two
only
shop
thing-
doesn't, or the six shop doesn't have fucking call signs.
Let me preface this a
fucking
Well,
different
six
way.
might because they're
No.
calm.
Well, I'll
Six
preface
is
this a
supply
different
in
way.
the Army.
The
Four.
only thing that I know.
4 shop supply in the Marines. Oh, anyway.
I said two shop first, but that's Intel, so they very much have
Fucking
call
all
signs.
I know is
Intel.
a class 6, so let's do this.
Yeah. What's the class 6 call sign?
Booze actual.
Yeah.
Drunken one. Drunken one.
This is drunken 2.
So anyways, let him get back to his explanation.
Yeah, so
In a military unit,
in a military unit, an infantry unit, because that's what I know.
because that's what you know. This
way-
applies to most units.
The way the call signs work is essentially when you're talking on a radio, you want a semi-form of operational security. So you don't want to be like,
Hey,
Jim.
Hey, John.
Yeah,
Hey, John.
Tom.
Hey, Scott.
Yeah, hey,
Hey.
hey,
You
you,
fucking Rick.
yeah, you over there with the pink shirt by the big building. Like, no, you don't want that. So
You, the guy with
they
the
use
sniper
call signs.
rifle.
But the easiest way they break it down is just like everything else you do in the military. It's a very standard format, right? So you have numbers and either letters or it's usually based off of a word and then a number and then a letter.
So-
and the way that it's broken down is the word is broken down for either a company or a platoon that you're in.
Right.
So like, for instance, the company that we were in, we were in Bravo Company, and we were Bravo Bulldogs. So on leadership level, like our first sergeant and our commander, they were Bravo 6 and Bravo 5, right? And Bravo 6 was our company commander, and Bravo 5 was our company first sergeant. You break
If
it
you
down.
want to know where the numbers come from, Google.
Yep.
No, the numbers are easy. So 6 is your officer.
Yeah.
5 is your senior
Enlisted.
Senior enlisted guy.
And then you have
Or actually, the easiest way to explain it, because it follows that same route on all the different levels. Your 6 is your officer in charge. Your 5 is your NCO in charge. And then you have 1, 2, 3, and 4, which are traditionally based off of the squads of a platoon.
Yep.
So, like, in a company level, in our company, we're in 2nd Platoon. We're Marauders.
Yeah.
So, like, for instance, I was 2nd Squad.
No, you were
I was
2nd platoon.
3rd Squad.
So you were 2-3.
Yep, and I was Bravo team leader. So I was Marauder 2-3 Bravo was my military call sign right before I got out. And so every time you change positions in a platoon, your call sign will change based on what your position is.
But it remains the same for everybody who knows the position.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if you're trying to get a hold of
It's a little different in the PSYOP world because
different
we
in the
operated
Marines as well.
in.
Yeah.
Well, it's different in the PSYOP world because we operate in such small teams.
Okay.
Because there was a TPT's 3 people.
Oh, so you just each had your own
So
word.
we essentially just got
Yeah.
names.
Yeah.
We had numbers too, but it was essentially only because in a TPT you have a team leader, and then you have the 2 below that. So it's
Right.
typically like an E5 or an E6, and then an E4 and E5, or and like an E3 or an E4.
Right.
Like that's so with
so
3
now-
people you don't do the whole
In
the breakdown.
In Marine infantry, it's very, very similar to how you guys do
Yeah.
it. You know, it would be like, Bravo 1 actual would be like
Yeah,
your
yeah.
fucking, like, Bravo Company 1st Platoon's platoon commander.
Yeah, yeah.
Or whatever, or Bravo 1-6 or whatever the fuck, I mean,
Yeah.
so that's very, very similar in that aspect. On smaller teams, like much like Jazz, and like when I went to tracks, it was names. It was name based.
You essentially get a nickname
you get a
and then
nickname.
a position number.
The reason I
Yes.
was saying that for the
I mean-
company level, though, is because there's a call sign for every particular person.
Right, and it's
So,
like
static.
if you wear here whatever
Like
6,
second,
it's the guy
second
who's in
platoon's
charge of that.
RTO, right,
Yeah.
is Marauder 2-6 Romeo.
Okay.
Because they're the RTO.
Okay.
Same with like a company commander.
Yeah.
Right.
You're fucking Bulldog 6 Romeo,
No,
And
well,
so-
the company commander is Bulldog 6.
Well, the company
Yeah.
commander's RTO. So like you can pick, you can directly.
Right. But regardless of the body in that seat, it's always Bulldog 6.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
So division would be
See, we
be
do it different.
I don't
Useless.
fucking know.
Eagle.
I never called him.
No, it was Eagle. I have. It's Eagle 6.
Oh shit, boys!
It's Eagle 6. And then you have oh shit.
Hold on. We have a impromptu guest caller who doesn't know he's about to be a guest
Oh,
caller.
what is
Who's
this?
that?
Grunt Style 5?
Tim. Grunt Style 5.
Hey, boss, how you doing?
Grunt Style 5.
Grunt Style 5.
Hey, so we're in the middle of the recording, so we figured we would just let you chime in on the show here. So to all of our people out there in podcast land, we have Tim Jensen.
My freedom friends.
So call sign, I think he would actually probably come down as Grunt Style 6 would probably
5.
be no, he'd be no. Well, to me, he's Grunt Style 6.
He's
but
Grunt
in
Style
actual
6.
structure,
Grunt
he's
Style
probably
6.
Grunt Style 5.
Golf Sierra 6.
What do you want, buddy? You want Grunt Style 5 or Grunt Style 6? What do you want?
I'm good with Grunt Style 5. That seems fitting.
All right, so no, he is the first sergeant.
He is
He's
the first
NCOIC.
sergeant.
That's what I said.
So yeah,
Yeah.
Grunt Style 5. We'll go with that. So how's your evening going, buddy?
I just did some day drinking in Denver.
Nice.
You got snowed in.
So yeah, he went on quite an adventure today. So he was supposed to be going out to Salt Lake City.
That didn't happen.
Then that didn't happen
Mother
due to some
Nature said,
snow
"Fuck
issues.
you."
So he spent the day hanging out in the Denver airport, and then was able to come home. So we're glad. Are you back in the Great Republic of Texas?
I certainly am. I couldn't be more happy to be home. Having a day of sightseeing and people watching at the Denver International Airport is always exciting.
That airport sucks,
Again,
asshole.
I just want to thank the gentleman that has allowed spandex to be the Vogue thing.
So yeah, well I'm glad to hear that you were back in a state of freedom once again, and that you were able to make it home safely. So
So what's new and exciting over on the Freedom Friends side?
So we just wrapped up our core episode, and now we are getting into the Freedom Friends Master Debate, which is always a classic. And today we are discussing
Call signs.
call signs, because we have decided that coming up on episode 30, we have not actually assigned call signs to the unit here at the Freedom Friends. So I believe the plan is, as it should be,
To assign each other call signs.
the rest of the Freedom Friends are going to assign all the other Freedom Friends a call sign for the show.
Okay, right.
So,
right.
so since
I'd
we,
like to give I'd like to give a recommendation, if I may.
oh yeah, by all means, what do you got?
I would like to submit for one Mikey Fahey,
Oh, I can't wait.
Stunt Beard.
Stunt beard.
Stunt beard actual.
Stunt beard
or,
actual.
Or outstanding. I think that I think we can put that up on the list as a stunt beard actual for Mikey Fahey. I think is a good fit for all of you out there in podcast land that haven't noticed. Anytime that Tim's not available, we tend to stunt in Mikey.
Yeah.
They're about the same height. They both have a beard. They were both Marines, so we checked enough boxes that it's just fucking
They're like
worked
3 out
at
of
that
5's
point.
not bad. Fuck it.
One of the same.
He does sign autographs.
And I signed them. I signed them as first sergeant.
So, yeah, man, I'm glad you made it home safe. I'm sorry you didn't get to have the experience that you were supposed to be having out in Salt Lake, but hey, at least you made it back to a state of freedom, safe and sound.
Yeah, it'll happen. Hey, another day. You get to see the Ghost South First Sergeant laying the smacketh down to all the people of the WWE universe.
There you go. So
That's right.
he was actually on his way to Salt Lake to Monday Night Raw.
Monday Night Raw.
Because he has a chance at taking the Grunt Style First Sergeant personality all the way to the squared circle,
To the squared circle.
where
The circle squared.
or the circle squared. Just depends on what state of existence you're in. But there is not a bigger wrestling fan I have ever met than a one Tim Jensen. And I can't wait for him to get out there in that all-male dominated soap opera and show the world what it's all about.
There's something about oiled men. I don't get it.
Tim, I have a question. Which wrestling buddy did you have as a kid?
You know he had one. He's
You
just
know-
not going to answer
Absolutely.
you. Yeah.
Which one was it, Tim?
Which wrestling buddy did you have as a kid, Tim? Which was it?
I had the Macho Man.
As
Yeah,
long as
of
you
course
did.
he did.
hell
Of
yeah.
course he did. There you go.
I myself, I went off the beaten path. I had a Jake the Snake Roberts.
Jake the
Ooh,
Snake.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
There you go.
I was a traditionalist. I also had the Macho Man, but my favorite was definitely my man, the president and founder of Hulkamania, Hulk Hogan himself.
You're all
The
wrong.
Hulkster.
Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
How
Dude,
about
was
it?
his
Go
wrestling
wrong.
buddy like bigger than the other ones?
It
Yes,
was.
Was it? That's awesome.
Excellent. Jim Duggan, he was another good one.
Yeah.
Yep,
Oh,
Axel's
yeah, that was
always
a
a
good
good
one.
pull. Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
So
Mankind.
I know we.
Pro-American as you can get.
That's true. So I know we surprised you with the phone call, but I appreciate you taking it in stride and giving us a little guest spot here on the Freedom Friends Master Debate this evening.
Well, sure. I'm gonna have to make it down to the old Warfighters HQ and make sure I send them one of your podcasts here in the near future.
Hey, this-
You are welcome anytime,
Yeah,
my
The
always
friend.
seat's
welcome,
always
boss.
open, my friend. We'll always love having you.
Fantastic. Well, you boys have a great evening, and make sure that when you're debating,
We are masters at it.
debate raw.
That is advice to live by right there. That is,
That's straight up real
advice
deal.
to live by. All right, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
Ciao, fellas.
Later, bud.
Oh, that's
Don't
funny.
debate wrong.
Jazz, we need to recognize how fortunate we are to have that man as a boss.
No shit.
Right?
It's,
like, what a fucking...
he is a freedom
Dude.
friend through and through and a huge supporter of the
If
show.
I had a boss, I'd want it to be Tim.
Yeah,
It's
right.
not bad for sure.
Yeah.
I think you're doing all right with your boss.
My boss is a dick.
I love your wife. What are you talking about?
Like I said, my boss is a dick.
Michelle's awesome.
Yeah, Michelle's fucking fantastic. All right. back to the topic
right.
of hand. We've done a pretty
So-
good job of explaining how call signs work.
Yeah, and
What
I
they
don't-
are.
in the Marine Corps, like yours, we go off names. Very
Yeah.
similar to like Top Gun fame is something that those non-military types listening might
Right.
understand. Like Maverick was a call sign for Pete Mitchell.
Right.
Goose, Iceman, shit like that. But those
Unless
are
you're watching Hop Gun, in which case it's Moose, and it just doesn't work as well.
correct.
Or
right?
Hot Shots. That's a good one too.
Hot Shots Part
Part
Deux.
two.
Part B.
So Mikey, what was your call sign?
My call sign was Super Freak.
No, it was not.
Yes, it
I
was.
believe
super
that,
freaky.
actually.
Yep, my
I
call
believe
sign
it
was
too.
Super Freak.
No, he told the
Nice.
story.
And the story is I fixed a vehicle with a Gatorade lid. I fixed a hydro seal on an Amtrak with a Gatorade lid that was down for parts, and we would have waited for a number of weeks for this part.
Nice.
And I was like, I could fucking make that. And I fucking just happened to look over, and I saw Gatorade, and I was like, it's got like the little rubber fucking
Yeah.
deal in the middle. I was like, I can make that. So I fucking took a file out and a knife, and I cut it, and I fucking
Yeah,
filed it
he's
right.
told
And
the story.
somehow it worked.
Nice.
And I get on the net, and I was like, be advised, 206 is up. And they're like, I thought it was down for parts. And I was like, yeah, I used a Gatorade lid, and it is up and fucking QC'd, my friends. I'm Rick James, bitch. And about that time, fucking the battalion commander, old fucking, I don't remember the fucking name of his call sign. It was something 6. He comes on, and he's like, hey there, Super Freak. Why don't you be window and watch your mouth? Roger that. So after that, I was Super Freak.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
John, how
that
about
was
you?
me.
What was mine?
Yeah.
I had a couple.
Well,
Based
because you
on
moved
the
around in
positions.
leadership
Yeah,
positions. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You're your most prominent one.
Well, for the last 6 months of my military career, it was Marauder
think
2-3 Bravo.
I think you're about to get corrected.
2-3 Bravo.
2-3, yeah, Marauder 2-3 Bravo.
How about you, big guy?
I
But
was Lightning 5 something. Lightning 5-2, I believe.
There you go.
Jazz?
I was Riddler.
That's
That
good.
makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Fuck,
Makes
that's
so
good.
much
That's a good
sense.
Makes
call
so much
sign.
Yeah, I was Riddler.
God.
Fuck,
Yeah.
man, that's all right.
It was pretty
Yeah.
good. I was pretty happy with it.
Yeah.
I was pretty happy when they
Like
gave it to me.
we had good ones. Like my favorite was my buddy John's. So John Nettle, good friend of mine. I'm not sure if he listens to the show. I hope you do, buddy. We were in Fallujah. John has a lisp, like a
Yeah.
like a lisp, So of course his call sign was sassafras.
Nice.
You guys are assholes.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Like I mean, shit like that. That was one of my favorites. But as it goes, and I'm sure there's a story behind Riddler.
There
Like
is.
you guys are assigned yours because of your position. There's a story behind Riddler, I'm sure.
I got
right back.
mine.
But there's
I got
always a
mine
story, and that's how you never pick your own call sign.
No,
that's the
it got,
rule.
mine got given.
It's
to
got to be given to you.
me. Yeah, mine got
you
given
know.
to me.
I mean, ours
Yeah.
were given to us because that's what the position.
Right, but they were
that we in.
positioned.
Yeah,
It's
they
not
were
like you
like,
get to
but it was like a
choose.
position.
Right,
though,
but
like,
regardless of kind of what my operation
it was always
status
if you
was, my
fucked
call
up
sign
something or
held.
were embarrassed by something,
That was
your
it.
call sign's gonna be something about that.
Yeah.
Like my buddy Delicio, his call sign was AM, short for anger management, because dude had to go to anger management.
Oh,
type of shit.
Look at this.
Bulldog 2-1 Alpha.
So.
Oh, there you go.
Lightning 5-1 and Bulldog 2 Alpha.
You
you
actually
go.
were Marauder 2-1 Alpha.
Well,
Fucking Hajis.
They fucked it up, huh?
It's close enough.
Yeah, it's good enough. Good enough for government work.
Yep. I mean, it makes sense. Even if you said Bulldog 2-1 Alpha, they kind of knew what you're talking
Yeah, it'd
about.
get you the right person.
I feel like I need to wrestle now.
You
know what?
need
We
a
know a guy.
luchador mask.
We know a guy.
We know a guy. But yeah, so my call sign.
Iraqi flag up over here.
There you go. But yeah,
Oh, that's see. Look at that. That's nostalgic right there. It says Sergeant Scott Jansen.
Did not end up that way.
so we have some call signs that were handed off to other people, and then 2 people they get to hold on to their call signs for life. That's,
Yeah.
yeah.
So.
Oh, I got really drunk and I hold on to mine for life.
There you go.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Don't
did you get it
tell me
tattooed?
tattooed it on.
I even drunkenly tattooed it on myself.
Nice.
Damn, sure did.
Wow.
Nice.
Those
Damn.
are my tattoos of my own. I'm a tattoo artist.
Yeah.
I've
You know what?
done
I
these
got,
and I've
I
done
got
like-
a couple of those. I
Yeah, we'll
got
go with
this
that.
one. This
I've done
here.
like 5. I tattooed an Eagle Globe and Anchor on my buddy's hand.
I did this. I did this gargoyle.
Nice.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
not bad.
Fuck, we should start a business.
Fucking mediocre podcast plus a mediocre
Mediocre
tattoo.
tattoo.
Oh, I'm in.
Comes with free hepatitis.
No, we'll be super clean. It's
We'll
just
be
not
super
going to look
clean.
good.
It's just gonna look like you're gonna be
It's
able to
gonna
tell
look
people.
like hepatitis.
Okay,
You're gonna
so now
tell
that we've
people
done
that
a
it's-
pretty
I
solid
got
job of
hepatitis.
explaining how call signs get assigned on a couple of different scenarios here.
Yeah.
I think it's time that the Freedom Friends assign their call signs.
Man.
So
We can't assign it to ourselves, though.
to break you infantry guys in, you're gonna get your very own. It doesn't have anything to do with position. You're gonna get your very own,
Your
very own call sign.
Oh, I love you guys.
And I think I would like Mikey Fahey to kick off his submissions
Submissions
for
call signs.
what the other three
Wow,
call
man.
signs should
Talk about
be.
throwing a guy on a spot. You guys have had time to think about this.
No,
In all
but
fairness,
I
I thought
put
about
no
this
effort
fucking
in.
at all. That's why I
we
want you to
came
go
up with
first.
the idea like
I
a
still
month
don't
ago
have
when
one.
you weren't here, and then
Okay.
we just never like we're
You know
like,
what,
yeah, that's a
though?
great idea. We'll wait for Mikey, and then we all brain dumped it.
Let me think. Let me think for a second.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead. Take a piss. Take a piss.
Well, old man can't hold his bladder.
So Stunt Beard over there can try and figure out what the fuck's going on.
I think I might have a good one for Mikey.
Do you?
I think I
the
might.
majority of time
I'm
that I've
working on it.
known John,
Oh, jeez.
John
Oh,
lived.
no, hold on. Before we get started on this, I said Mikey should go first.
I mean, we get to pick Mikey's.
But here's the question. Do we do that, or do we say, like, the three of us are going to go with John first and submit our three
I think
call
that's what
signs
we
for
need.
John,
Yeah.
and then
I think
pick
we
from
pick
that.
on one person at a time.
Right.
Yeah.
So
What do you mean we pick on one person?
That's what it is. It's a call
That's
sign,
what a call
bro.
sign is.
It's never gonna be fun, dude. You're never gonna like it.
So-
I got
can't
real fortunate with Super Freak.
I can't wait. I think it's gonna be great.
yeah, so I'm going to go. Yeah, I think we should pick on John first.
Do you think we
Pick
should
on
go
John first.
Yeah, I think we should totally pick on John first.
Okay.
Mainly because I think John's going to be the best sport about it.
Yeah.
And I say
And I think he'll set the tone well.
And I say we hold on to AARP for last.
Agreed.
Yeah.
You just took my call sign.
I know,
for it.
right?
That was my call sign for it.
I think we came to a general agreement on
All
that.
right, so
AARP
we're going with Scott
actual.
first. AARP actual.
That's what I said.
Fuck you.
So all in favor of AARP actual, raise your hand. There we go. Scott's got his call sign.
You guys are
Even the
douchebags.
producer fucking
I
chimed
was
in.
gonna be nice to you.
No, you weren't. You
Fuck you
fuck.
guys.
No, you weren't. That was a fucking lie.
Holy shit. All right, so now let's do John. We'll just knock the Warfighter boys out.
So I was gonna be nice, and I was gonna be like,
Well, hold on. He's okay. You can go first on John. Who?
Yeah.
What's your vote for John's call sign?
well,
You've
I,
known him the longest.
I was gonna be Warfighter 5.
Yeah.
Oh,
Warfighter 5
Yeah.
makes sense.
it's pretty good.
Thank
right?
you.
It's pretty
Thank
good.
you.
I
Wow, that is
should be
flattering.
Warfighter 6, not fucking AARP. So fuck you guys.
ARP actual.
There's a difference.
Yeah.
That means it leaves with you. It's not a position; it's a personal thing.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what actual means.
Yeah.
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 I
fuck
know.
You.
Because the back of mine was actual. So I'm aware.
At
All
one
right.
point, I was torque wrench
All right.
actual.
So what did
before,
you guys have for John?
Well, I haven't completely came up with it yet. I'm kind of going on the fly here, but the majority of the time that I've known John, he lived in an RV.
It was a fucking phenomenal RV. At
Yeah, it's a great RV.
Yeah.
First time I
Great
met
RV.
him, he was pantsless out of an RV with.
That's true.
Yeah, that's a story for another time.
Well, you know,
it's the story of the past.
I don't like
Yeah,
putting
I've told
pants
that
on.
story.
No, there's other stories, but
I didn't have pants on.
So
because I've got mine for John.
RVs are the modern version of a caravan. Pikeys or
I knew
gypsies,
you were gonna
see
go
where
as they
there.
are called back in the
Do you like dags?
European. They like dags. He likes dags.
Don't know where. You do like
He
dads.
likes
like
dags. He likes dags. So I'm gonna go with Snatch 1 actual.
Wow.
I would call him Snatch 6.
Snatch 6.
Snatch 6.
I'm gonna go with Snatch 5 just for NCOIC of.
Yeah, I work for a living. Come on, guys.
All right, I'll give you Snatch 5. But you like dags. You lived in a caravan. You're a fucking pikey, dude. Great movie. Snatch is a great
He
movie.
has also moved around quite a bit.
Quite a bit. Snatch
never know.
Snatch
That is not a bad submission.
I could be a great bare knuckle boxer too. You never know.
Could
That's
be.
true.
I
Not a
I'd
bad
assume you would.
submission.
Yeah.
Give me
at all.
enough whiskey. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. One punch
And
machine
actually,
gun.
what you just said, give you enough whiskey, and we'll see what happens. Almost every great story I've ever heard out of a one John Simons.
Fuck, this is how the warfighter started.
Definitely happened with whiskey.
It happened with
Totally.
Whiskey was a fucking factor. Yeah.
And normally it starts with location, who was there, and his current state. And that
That's a true
state
story.
is almost. I'm not inaccurate
Hey,
here,
you're not.
buddy. Yeah.
You're not.
And that third statement is almost always,
Shithoused.
I was fucking hammered.
So there
So-
I was doing this.
Right.
Fucking
So there I
right
was
here.
at this bar
Fucking
in Baltimore,
hammered.
and I was fucking hammered.
That's a true story.
Yeah.
Or I was there with these guys at this bar in this place, and I was fucking hammered.
Yep.
Like, it's almost every fucking story I've ever heard from John Simons.
That's true.
So, based on
You
that...
might have a problem. This is actually an intervention. You didn't know.
Yeah.
No, I don't have a drinking problem. I have a stopping problem.
Right.
Right.
So, my submission is hammered actual.
That makes me sound like a raging alcoholic.
I'll admit I'm a bit jealous.
So, my submission for him is...
Well, it's because you don't know ARP.
Fuck ARP.
We could call it Medicaid 1.
I'm actually, I'm gonna revise,
Geritol.
and I'm gonna go.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
I'm gonna go with.
Centrum Silver. Oh my God.
I'm gonna go with hammered one actual.
Hammered one actual.
actual.
Yeah,
pretty
that's what
good.
I'm. That's
like
my
that one.
submission.
Oh,
I like that
My
one.
submission for John is hammered
Okay.
one actual.
Hammered one actual. I'm kind of okay with that.
Yeah. That's
Well,
that's way better than
I
mine.
had a second submission for him, based on background and training,
I'm listening.
as well as the hammered background,
Yeah.
and that one was gonna be shot puller one.
Shot puller 1.
That was gonna be my other
pretty good,
submission.
too.
Is
for
it
him.
because he pulls all of his shots?
I kind of do sometimes.
Yeah.
It's usually the first one.
Yeah, because he can pull him off the bar,
Well,
and he pulls him a
and he,
little
and
to
he
the left.
pulls yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah.
So
I do.
that was gonna be. See, I do listen to you when you talk.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I like you.
All right, boys. What do we got for jazz over
No,
here?
this is not.
Our
gonna
token
end.
psyop guy.
This is
over
not
here.
gonna end well.
I'm sitting here and I'm thinking. God, I know a lot about you.
You do. In all fairness, most of the Freedom Friends do, and I think this is only fair that, considering that we have a crew over there that listens to us week in and week out, that they get to
They need to chime in.
they get to chime in on what
Yeah.
these call signs should be. They
What do
fucking
you,
deal with us
uh,
all the fucking time.
I got.
You know what?
I-
Let's let him hit us after we're all done.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
Yeah,
Let's-
once
gives him
it's
some
before.
time to think
Bam,
about
take
it.
notes.
let's
I'll,
take
I'll,
notes,
I'll take
bud.
that.
So
I'll take
nobody's
that.
gonna
Justin
vote
just fucking nail us
until we get
afterwards.
everywhere. Until we get everywhere.
Okay. Okay.
I got Jazz Party. Jazz Party 1.
Jazz Party 1.
That's clever.
I know.
Because you're the first person in my 35 years to use my name as a pun.
Well, your name opens it up to it.
It does.
I'm sorry.
But you left jazz hands on the table. That's the fucking. That's
Jazz
where you
hands would be
fucked up.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've never seen you actually do jazz hands, so. Oh, yeah.
Do you know why you never
Not
see
to
me
be
do it?
confused, because he's more of a fan of spirit fingers.
Do you know why you never see me do it?
Why?
Because everything I do is with jazz hands.
Yes, it is.
Well, see,
That's why.
so I'm going through
I
scenarios
just have, like,
in my head.
A fucking flash frame of like the worst scenarios I could think of possible with you doing jazz hands.
I'm just saying, I've pulled trigger with jazz hands. I've beat my meat with jazz hands. I finger blasted a bitch with jazz hands. I drink my whiskey with jazz hands. I paint miniature figurines with jazz hands.
It's a little shaky.
What are you, fucking Dizzy Gillespie?
I get around.
So I thought about
This ought to be good.
that you're incapable of taking shots because you basically turned into Mel Gibson on the floor.
I'm not incapable. It's just a bad fucking idea.
Dude,
He's capable.
he's very capable.
Yeah.
Just incapable of surviving.
It's just for other people. Like it's.
Man,
Yeah.
there are so
I think you need some more stew time. John, what do you got?
I know. I'm in the same boat as Mikey, man. I'm trying. There's so many great fucking. Yeah. Let's see.
you're not a tall man. You're
No, I'm
you're a
not.
shorter guy,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
you're
not
a-
short. I'll fucking admit that.
but you're fucking vicious.
Yeah.
It was funny. and this is a bit off topic, but it's not. We were talking about alpha males this last weekend. Myself and Dave from Hero Sports and Rob were sitting around. We were talking about alpha males. We were talking about how a real alpha doesn't have to say that he's an alpha.
No.
You know, he just doesn't have to see it. You know.
Well, it's that lion doesn't have to roar in his own jungle mentality.
Right.
Yeah.
And I actually brought you up.
Oh, really?
And I was like, Jazz does not look like an alpha, but he is fucking fearless and will fucking.
I would say Jazz is a lowercase alpha.
Dude,
It's just because of his height.
That was fucking solid. Oh my god, that was good.
He's not a capital A. He's a
Son of a
lowercase
bitch.
A.
but he's fucking vicious
That
and will
was
fucking.
solid.
And I've seen him do
Goddamn.
it. Like I've seen Jazz fucking buck up to fucking 6'5" assholes.
But he's the only got backup.
Like he called my brother a cheerleader, and my brother's a pro wrestler. like fucking.
Your brother took it like a champ.
He did. He's a good sport. Fucking. But like, I mean, they're like, we were talking about alpha males, and I was like, it's not about fucking physical demeanor. It's about mentality.
Oh, totally.
You know?
And how you carry yourself.
Alpha's definitely a mentality.
It is, you know, and I used you as an example. I was like, look at Jazz. Jazz is not a fucking.
I'm not an imposing.
He's not an
person
imposing
at all.
figure
No.
at all. Like he's 5'7". He weighs $150.
Yep.
Soaking wet.
Yeah, I'm a $155 now.
But
Thank you very much.
Get into that. Get into a fucking verbal debate with that motherfucker, and he's gonna embarrass you. You know what I mean? I was like, this is what it is. And you're a fucking genius. I believe that if your dad wasn't a fucking army colonel, you would be working at NASA or behind some fucking think tank somewhere.
Army is definitely the family business.
But because your dad was a fucking alpha in his own right, you joined the military. But if you would have had like a fucking beta male father, you'd be like fucking Steve Jobs' right hand or some shit. Right? Like,
Lost that lottery.
Shit.
Right?
God damn.
scratch
Thanks,
off.
Dad.
Thanks a bunch, Dad. God. You know, yeah, man, you're a difficult case to come up with a call sign for.
Oh, come on. Knock it out.
Yeah, we got fucking. What'd you go with? I forgot it. It was so weak.
Yeah, I know. It was weak.
It was Jazz Party.
Jazz party.
Yeah, that's fucking.
Jazz Party 1.
Jazz party.
That's fucking weak.
That was weak.
You made my name a call sign. That's.
Well,
Come on.
yeah.
It like
Yeah.
depletes the fucking reason for a call sign.
Yeah. You're still just saying my name.
It's perfect. Perfect. Nobody. It's like reverse
John, what do you
psychology.
think? Like it's down to you and me, man.
I know it is.
Yeah, because we got Jazz Party over here.
So shot in the dark here, going off of the brains that are behind the microphone, sitting across from me, and trying to on the fly come up with something that would make sense intellectually, and also kind of on how he carries himself. That doesn't really make sense that way, but it sounded pretty fun in my head. But I was gonna go with Sierra Hotel Actual. And none of you guys are going to guess that because you're not in my head, but it's based off of Stephen Hawking.
Stephen Hawking.
All right,
Oh.
so I'm not far off that.
Okay.
Because I was thinking Einstein.
Yeah.
I was thinking Einstein. I was thinking Bill Gates.
Okay.
I was thinking
Okay.
Stephen Hawking. So
Yeah. Hey, they were right there.
They were all in the mix in my mind as well. The thing about what stands out with Stephen Hawking is before his debilitating disease took a hold, dude was a pussy hound.
Dude.
What?
Yes, he was.
100%. You didn't see the movie?
Seriously?
No.
Oh, dude.
Hawking.
Chased fucking skirt, bro.
Wait.
Oh
And
my
even
God.
after,
I thought he was born in a wheelchair.
no,
Dude, no.
and
It was
even
a
after he
debilitating
was
thing.
fucked
And
up,
even after that, he still cycled through like 3 chicks
yeah,
in the wheelchair.
yeah. So
Popsicle system.
you know what? I think I'm with you on this. I think I'm with you. I'm saying. Ooh, because Hawking's got some good fucking puns I could go throw in there too.
Yeah. He's also the man that proved black holes were a thing.
It's true.
So did you, my friend.
And the theory of everything.
He also actually pulled together the theory. But
Yeah.
he was able to actually take Einsteinian theory of gravitational pull and its anomaly and actually be able to assign that to how the physics of the universe actually apply.
It's fucking. If you delve into it, it's fucking amazing.
My new call sign's dummy actual. You guys are speaking way
My
above.
new call sign is fucking retard.
Yeah.
Yeah. You ready for me to
Hey,
nerd out?
Six actual.
You ready for this? I literally use astrophysics as a hobby because I find it fascinating.
Did you
Okay.
read the book Astrophysics for People in a Hurry?
I did.
By
Neil deGrasse
fucking
Tyson.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah.
No,
I did.
I didn't read that one, but
So-
I read
Great
Astrophysics.
book.
I can't even say it. Astrophysics for Dummies.
Yeah, it was a great book. But it's literally the same thing. But
Yeah.
it's
like the
so it's
Cliff
dumbed
Notes.
down. Like it's a fucking paperback. Like
It's like 207 pages, and it's like, but it's literally meant for you to consume in like small little chapters.
Yeah.
So it's designed to actually break down astrophysics.
a great fucking book, man.
So the whole theory behind that
Scott,
is
you
that-
should read it. Or
it's
at
a-
least get the book on tape.
No.
well,
No. No.
it's applicable astrophysics so that you can actually understand
Apply
the
that to my
phenomena
real
that you're
life.
using every day, and understanding that astrophysics are actually it's the theory behind what actually motivates all of those mechanical theories that you use anyways.
Yeah.
So it's pretty phenomenal.
I'm
See.
intrigued by space.
So while I'm thinking about this, and I'm thinking about astrophysics and Stephen Hawking and all this stuff, and your call sign, I have to fucking remember that you're also a gamer nerd.
I am hugely.
And you introduced all of us to a certain thing called an Oculus.
Thank you for
The
that.
VR?
My
The
wife
VR.
bought a new computer.
Yeah, I think I've gotten. I think several of your households now have spent a couple $1,000s on,
Yeah.
on
Oculus,
this
give us money.
thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck yeah,
Thank
give us
you.
money.
By the
Jesus.
way, hey, careful with that because Oculus is owned by Facebook. Just so you know.
Fuck you.
God, fuck, give us money.
Yeah, fuck Facebook. Give us money.
Yeah, give us fucking money. Fuck
Zuckerberg, you have all the money.
Yeah, no shit, Zuck. Give me some fucking money. You fucking banned me enough times on Facebook.
Right?
God.
Not a freedom. Friend.
So what is
Not
Jazz,
afraid of
what
fire.
is Jazz's goddamn call sign?
God, dude, Jazz is fucking hard.
At least he had one. It was
It's gonna
weak, but he
yeah,
fucking
like
had
this
one.
episode's gonna be us. Like it's gonna be like fast forwarded, and then
Right.
and then we're still thinking, and then
All right, well, fuck
and
it.
then
We'll
we're
give you
still
some
thinking.
more fucking
So we all get to pick on
stewing
Mikey
time.
now?
So now we'll pick on Mikey.
No, Mike, you gotta say one. What's
Well, let's finish, Jazz. Let's do it. I'm you know what? I'm going with I like the Hawking idea.
Yeah.
You know, at the same time, I also appreciate the fact that Hawking was a fucking debilitated cripple. So because of that, Rob would appreciate this, but he's not here. Cripple 6.
Triple six?
What the fuck?
Cripple 6.
I
Jesus
don't.
Christ! I think you came out better with that one than fucking.
Cripple 6. I'm fucking on the spot, man.
Yeah,
I'm trying-
Jesus
I'm trying to-
Christ.
You told us what your actual call sign was, and it was just like, I don't know if I can get better than that, but I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
It was-
Okay, Ripple Dick one. All right, let's move on. John, what do you got? What do you got for an
had a good-
asshole over here?
I had.
Ripple dick
I
one.
did.
What are you
I
saying?
did have
What
a
are you
solid call
What are you
sign.
saying for Jazz?
I might
Ripple dick.
I might have to agree with Scott real quick. Ripple dick one.
How about we just merge
damn
them?
it.
It's Cripple Dick 1.
Cripple dick one.
I like how my call sign's gonna come out because you guys couldn't figure out what the fuck my call sign was.
No, it's Cripple Dick one.
All right, whatever.
Oh, that sucks.
Actually, I would say Brainiac. Brainiac. You're the brain. You're the brain.
Okay.
That's what I would say.
right.
Like Pinky in the brain.
All right,
you're
so
the
Mikey's
brain.
got it at Brainiac. What do you got? What do you got over there?
Why is that Sierra Hotel? But I mean, Brainiac works out good. Cripple dick actual is a pretty good one. I'm not gonna
That's
lie.
just good to say.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna go with Brainiac with
All right.
What do
You
we,
like
do we get
Brainiac?
a number?
For
We get an
Brainiac.
actual.
Brainiac's pretty
So
good.
now we got Mikey.
Do we get a number or an actual?
Call him.
4.
Well, he gave me the
Who knows
OIC because he went Brainiac 6.
I know he did.
Yeah, Brainiac. Well, fucking take the Pepsi challenge on a fucking IQ test with anybody we know, dude.
I'll take on any 06 you bring.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm good with
Bring 'em
Brainiac
on.
6. I'm
But
fine
you gotta
with
say it. You gotta say it like Brainiac 6. Pause. Actual.
Just to reinforce it.
Brainiac 6!
You're the OIC,
that.
but you're
Brainiac 6
not.
pause.
Actual.
Actually.
Yeah.
All right. Now we got Mikey.
We do have Mikey.
Jazz. What do you got for what do you-
no, I'm taking last on this one.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I'm claiming last. I'm claiming.
John, what do you got for Mikey?
So I'm trying to put together a lot of the fun stories that Mikey had.
If this has anything to do with banana, I'm gonna tell you you're an unoriginal cunt.
You know, I did not have that in my repertoire, but now I might think that way.
Just unoriginal. As we sit here with a dick banana in
It's,
front of me.
it's,
staring at me.
it's unoriginal because you've been called it before.
Let me make it smile.
Oh, now it's staring at him.
Oh, I've got mine.
I bet you can't eat that.
got
I just
yours?
want to see what you guys come up with.
Yeah.
I've got mine for Mikey.
I mean, there's so many. It's
Potassium Pirate 1.
yeah,
Oh, that's a good one.
Nutter butter actual.
Fucking love Nutter Butters. Fucking ING stole my Nutter Butters once. Fucking cunts. Little bastards. I'm mad as fuck.
John, what do you got for fucking Mikey? Jesus
You
Christ.
look like the guy that did it.
We've had more.
We drank way too much.
know
This
we
Jameson
did.
is fucking this whole conversation. up.
Raymond, this is on you.
fuck you. No. But I'm gonna go off of what happened earlier, and if you didn't listen to that episode, it's the one that was released as previous.
Tuesday.
Or Tuesday, where Mikey's wife walked in. So
Or
Mikey's
if you're not
wife,
listening to this in order, the episode right before this one.
the wonderful Haley, I think her call sign is Banana Dick Actual, based off.
Haley's call sign is fucking bad bitch actual.
Oh yeah,
That's what
Yeah.
She's a beast, man.
she is fucking awesome. And a hell of a host. She was an amazing woman.
Yeah, I got a good one, man.
Yeah.
I struck gold.
But for Mikey's call sign, fuck.
All right, well, fuck it. Since none of y'all are fucking prepared, I guess
for
I'll
it.
go first.
Well,
What do you got, Jazz?
I know.
Mikey, I've gotten to know you extremely well over the last fucking
Few months. Yeah, almost a year.
almost a year now.
Almost a year,
And
yeah.
you've become one of my closest friends. And to the other people that I know that you're incredibly close to and very good friends with, you have a reputation for several things.
Jesus, fuck.
Here we
Yeah.
go.
I just heard the UFC guy say that in my
Right.
head.
You have a reputation for several things.
Yeah.
One is you know how to have a good time. Whether at home or out and about, this man knows how to have a good time. And if he invites you to go somewhere, you should fucking go. Because you're
Probably.
going to be fucking entertained.
Yeah, probably.
Right? It's a lot like a midget asking you if you want to go to a party. You're always going to fucking say yes.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you don't, there's something fucking wrong with you. The midget is like, dude, we're going. We're
However-
fucking going.
Yeah.
With
I'll
that
try.
being said, you are also incredibly dedicated to your family.
Yeah.
You are incredibly dedicated to the country.
Country that I love.
And anything and everything that you apply yourself to,
Yep.
you invest. You don't phone anything in. You're there for the haul.
Fucking to a fault sometimes, yes.
Yeah. And it is sometimes to a fault.
To a fault, yeah.
But what that is built is somebody that I feel is incredibly reliable, somebody that you
Try to be.
can lean on, somebody that's going to have your back, and somebody that you trust regardless of the situation is in it for you.
Yeah.
Based on those qualities, my call sign for you is EDC Actual.
Just your everyday carry.
I think
Just your everyday
because
carry.
anything that you are accumulating for your everyday carry is something that you have proven in the field. That is the thing that you will absolutely rely on, and you are
That's
going to make
true.
sure you have it
I
on
see
you
that.
all the fucking time. And my friend, to me, you're that one that I want to have with me all the
Damn.
goddamn
That's
time.
pretty fucking good.
So to
pretty
me, your call sign should be EDC Actual.
I'm gonna dumb this down completely. I'm gonna call it.
If I could drop this mic, I would.
I'm gonna call it Banana Talent 1.
Banana Talent one.
Banana Talent 1.
I think that should be my wife. Look at the dick she drew.
Yeah, that's
Banana
fucking talent.
Talent 1.
I'm
she
still.
even said her
'Cause
preferred
it's
medium.
Mikey, the Talent Fahey,
Yeah,
and there's so much banana in this.
it's true.
In this
Oh,
long-term
easy.
story.
You
Ooh.
don't wanna
All right,
bruise
so we
it.
have EDC Actual, Banana Talent 1. John, what do you got?
Oh fuck, I don't know. I don't know if I can top EDC Actual.
You're not good at this.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I need about 6 more whiskeys, and
Yeah,
nobody will
6
be able
more
to
whiskeys.
understand.
We'd be.
Yeah.
You wouldn't understand what the fuck you were calling me
know, but
anyways.
it'd be
Jewel 2.
All right.
Jewel 2.
All right, let's recap. So
ARP.
we have ARP Actual,
Fuck you guys.
Just ARP. I like just ARP.
ARP Actual.
So can I throw a
Alpha Papa.
well, you forgot Romeo, buddy.
Let me throw a spoke in a wrench with Scott.
All right.
So in Scott's earlier days in the gun industry, he branded a lot of things in that direction. He named a gun store based off of things that he believed in and things he's done in the past, stuff like that. And the gun store was called Reaper Arms. He actually did a run of AR-15s.
That's why I'm looking at this ham
And-
hock over here because he.
AR-15s, and they were a variant made by Sequence Precision, and they were
Not a bad company at
Reaper
all.
lowers.
Yeah.
They're fucking badass. And so I'm gonna go with Reaper Actual.
I like
is
that one.
another.
I like that. It's better than the AARP. It's better than the AARP.
You know what? Having gotten to know you over the years, or over the last year or so, and the same thing with Mikey, what I was just talking about, some of the personality traits I've gotten to, and to build off what he just said, and your history, both as a trainer and an operator, you'll see where I'm going in a minute. No, he was not Delta or whatever. For any of you out there that are about to freak the fuck out, fucking relax.
Operator.
You do tend to zero in on target, and whatever that target is that you set, you tend to fucking hit. As evidenced by the fucking Freedom Day podcast that we had when you guys fucking hit that target because you had it and you had to hit it. You do zero in and you focus and you drive towards target every fucking time.
Fucking BZO.
So, as fun as it is to want to call you ARP,
I'm just gonna say this. Thank you guys. Thank you guys.
For a call sign that I'm assuming will probably stick for the remainder of our friendship, I'll get behind Reaper 1.
Reaper 1?
Because I think
Reaper 1 Actual.
once you actually put your sight on something, that target doesn't shake. And it's something I've noticed about you over the last year of being fortunate enough to be your friend. And I hope for many more years of that friendship and to continue to see you to drive towards that target and hunt it down. So
It's turned into a Freedom Friends suckfest.
Right? Do we have to like reach to the left and close our eyes or what?
it's all about fucking blowjobs over here.
It's a fucking blowjob.
Everybody, extend your right hand.
Yeah.
I win. I win.
And
you lose.
Function. So
my
no, I'll
friends,
back
is how
that.
you
I'll back
start
that. I think it's a good call. I think it's a good call sign.
No, Reaper
So,
1's good, man. I
think
like
I'll go
that.
with
I like
Reaper
I like the idea, and if you think about the actual idea behind the Reaper, the Grim Reaper, the quote, it's almost an angel of death, but even deeper than that is it's the guy who ferries you across the river Styx if you go on that.
Right.
You know,
Especially when the Reaper's holding a sniper rifle.
Right.
fucking A, dude.
He's the guide to the end.
He's the boatman.
And I
you
think
know,
that's
and
what-
he-
American
and,
flag.
and you are a kind of a guide. I can see that. Maybe it's the wiser years. right?
I think it's the lessons he learned in the war.
To be
you know,
old
is-
and wise, you must first be young and stupid.
That's true.
yeah.
And I was very
So,
young and stupid.
But you
So-
can't guide people unless you've been there.
All right.
And so I can see where Reaper would come into play.
So let's run the list here.
Yeah.
What's on the list for Scott Jansen? ARP actual and Reaper 1 actual.
I think we're gonna unanimously agree with Reaper 1.
I think
Well,
yeah, I
we
think-
still have the
Yeah.
producer to chime in, so hold on.
So I think we need to get away from the ones and the
It's just
actuals
actual.
and stuff. I
just
think
actual.
just Reaper.
Just
Reaper
Reaper
works.
actual.
Reaper works.
Reaper
All right.
works.
You know.
So we have Reaper and ARP so far on the list because the producer still has to
Right, weigh in.
Still has to weigh
He's
in.
the tiebreaker.
Justin's got a smirk on
Yeah,
his
he's got
face.
a smirk. He's got a list.
He's got a list.
I
He's been
will-
preparing
He's
for
on
this
there
day.
I will
working.
punch you.
All right, what's on? What do we have? What do we have on Mikey's list? Tim Jensen came through with the nomination of
Stuntbeard. Yeah.
Yeah.
I submitted EDC.
What did I submit? Something.
Banana Talent.
Banana
Yeah.
talent.
Yeah.
Banana Talent 1 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! I'm
John
so
never
lost.
chimed in.
John never chimed in because he's not good at this.
So we have Banana Talent, Stuntbeard, and EDC.
Okay.
And what do we have for John?
I got Warfighter 5.
Warfighter 5.
What was yours?
Hammered actual.
Hammered 1.
I'm gonna drop the number.
Just hammered.
He's just hammered actual.
I like Hammered 1.
Just call him Hammered.
Yeah,
Hammered
I
one.
like hammered one
call
though
him
because
Hammered.
it just
Yeah.
the hammered
What
one.
about hammered actually?
Actually
Actually
hammered.
hammered.
Actually hammered. Yeah. Actually hammered.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
So
and I think it was. I think
that
it
was
was
my
like
submission.
it was like Snatch Master or some shit. I don't know. Like
And then-
Pike,
oh, then it was-
Pikey 1.
no, then it was Snatch 6.
Snatch
Snatch
6.
Yeah. So and then y'all didn't come up with shit for me.
Bottom
other than
line is
Jazz
we're all
Party
going
over
to
here.
hell.
Brainiac.
Jazz Party and Brainiac.
And the brain.
So
Yeah, the brain.
that throws it to the producer.
Justin.
What is your submission for the list?
So y'all changed the fucking rules last minute. So
How did you change the rules?
So what were the rules?
I didn't know there were
I came
rules.
up with my own call signs for y'all. I didn't know I was voting.
What are
y'all.
the rules?
That's it. You gotta come up with your.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
So-
the whole thing. You had to come up with the call sign.
So mine aren't as funny, but you know who I'm talking about when I
Just say it and let's see if
All
we
right,
can
let's
find
do
out.
it.
All right.
You say and we guess.
Grandpa 6,
That's
okay.
me.
Terp 5,
That's
Easy
John.
day.
Cargo Actual.
That's you.
Cargo shorts, functional fashion, baby.
Exactly.
Functional
you know,
fashion.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I'm gonna kill about 10 seconds. Well, oh, there he is.
there he is.
All right.
So
So-
Grandpa 6, Terp Actual,
Yeah.
Cargo Actual, do
Yeah,
the cargo
well,
shorts.
that's fucking yeah.
Pretty solid, solid.
This can't be good.
And
Rapunzel 1.
Rapunzel 1.
He made the hair joke.
Yeah.
was
Someone had to do
waiting.
it.
See,
Dude.
I was
It was
wondering-
sitting right in front of y'all the
was
whole
teetering
time.
on the hair.
Nice,
I didn't
nice.
wanna
I didn't
pick on
want
the hair.
to. I didn't want to go low hanging fruit, man. Like, cause like honestly, the three of us, we have no fucking room to
can't.
talk to anybody except for that.
It's not really low hanging fruit. It's
Locks of
like,
love over
like
there.
a high flowing.
Conditioner, man. That's the trick.
So call signs.
I've been trying conditioner my
So
whole
there's
life.
all the call signs.
There's our call signs.
So where do we start? Oh, you know what we haven't done? Our producer doesn't have a call sign.
Oh, shit.
Justin doesn't have
Justin,
one.
what's your real call sign?
Yeah, do you have a
So-
call sign?
So, I did. I do have a call sign.
What is it?
that,
Well, because he's a TC now.
Well, so like my actual call sign was like Savage 22. So it's
That's
super
a good
boring.
one. That's a good one.
Now,
Yeah, what's
The-
your
the-
actual call
the
sign?
call sign I was given was Chai Boy. Yeah.
So I like. So
Yeah.
if you're
I
Chai
can
Boy,
see it, Cooney.
if you're Chai Boy, John is definitely Terp 1.
All right, so we have the list. Mikey, cast your vote.
Oh God.
My vote for who?
I forgot the list.
So let's start with John.
Okay.
What's your vote for John's
What are my
call
What are my
sign?
options?
We have
Terp Actual.
Warfighter
Terp
5.
Actual, Warfighter 5, and Hammered Actual or Actually Hammered.
I like hammered.
Yeah, I think I
I
got
like hammered.
Actually
Okay,
hammered or hammered?
so
I
all
like
in,
actually hammered.
I'm just
all
gonna
in
call you Hammer
favor
for short.
of Hammered, say aye.
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 Actually hammered. Aye.
Aye.
All right.
Ooh,
That's
your
a
call sign
unanimous
is now
decision.
Hammered.
Hammered.
That's hammered.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
right, so we're gonna go right over to Mikey.
So when we do interruptions, am I now John Hammered Simons?
Yep.
Yeah,
that's
there
it.
you go,
Yep.
there you go.
I finally get away from.
On actually
I finally get
Hammered
away from the talent.
Simons. Oh no, you're keeping the talent.
I
You
don't
just
think I'll
have
ever
two
get rid
call
of the
signs,
talent.
yeah.
Yeah.
So let's just we'll go around the horn here. What do we got with Mikey? So Mikey, we have the submissions of Stuntbeard,
Yep.
EDC Actual,
Yep.
and what Cargo Actual
Cargo Actual. Yeah.
Yeah. Banana something.
and
Banana
Banana
Talent.
Talent. Yeah.
Yeah.
One. Yeah.
I like EDC.
You like EDC?
I like EDC.
My vote's gonna go for EDC Actual.
You know, EDC Actual probably makes the most sense out of the bunch.
Yeah.
It really does.
Granted, do we need to make sense?
No.
Well, if we
All
don't,
in-
we don't need to make sense, then it's fucking Cargo
All in-
Justin,
Actual.
what do you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with EDC.
You say okay.
All right. So all
Goddamn,
in
boys.
favor of EDC Actual, say aye.
Gonna make me tear up a bit.
Aye. There you go.
No nays.
Mikey, EDC Actual, Fahey.
I've had worse, man. I've had worse.
Yeah.
So continuing around the horn,
Scotty.
Scotty.
Scotty too hottie.
We have ARP Actual. and
Reaper
Reaper Actual.
Yeah.
and Grandpa.
And
Grandpa
Grandpa
Six.
Grandpa 6.
Grandpa
That's
Six.
right. Grandpa 6. So
I'm chiming in on Reaper, actually.
yeah, I got to go Reaper Actual.
As much as I like Grandpa Six,
fucking love it.
I got to let you hold on to it.
I
man.
gotta
Thank
let
you, guys.
I gotta
Thank you.
let you hang on to Reaper. Yeah.
All right, so all in favor of Reaper Actual?
Reaper. Yeah.
Aye.
Aye.
Ah.
Aye.
Sweet.
Aye.
So that comes to me.
Yeah.
I
What
guess.
did we have for you? We had. What do we have?
We had the brain.
The brain.
Brainiac.
We had Rapunzel.
I have to admit, personally, the Brain is definitely better than Brainiac.
Yeah,
I like the Brain. I just like Brain.
Brain.
Just
Yeah.
one
Brain.
word,
Not the-
Brain.
Not even the Brain, just
yeah.
Brain.
Yeah.
Just Brain.
So we had Brain, Rapunzel, Jazz Hands, and I don't
Or
believe
Jazz
John.
Party.
Or Jazz
Yeah,
Party.
Jazz Party.
And I don't think John submitted.
No,
And I don't think
Hey,
John,
John.
ever came up with one.
I suck at
Fucking
this game.
sucked. So yeah.
When people ask me like, "You got to say the first thing that comes to mind when I say this word," and I'm like, "Okay, cool." They're like, "Pig," and I'm like, "I don't know."
It's always no. It's always fuck.
Yeah, fuck.
So, well, I don't get
Sir,
to
you
vote on my
answered
own
fuck
call
on
sign,
every
so it's
single
up to
thing.
y'all.
All right, it's Brain. I got
Brain.
Yeah,
I'm all in
I
favor
like
of Brain. Right here.
Aye.
Brain it is.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So now we have.
Jazz the Brain Broom. Sounds good.
Yeah,
It doesn't sound
Sounds good. Jazz the Brain Broom.
So-
That's fucking
It's a
good.
tongue twister.
Well, it is a tongue twister. Shit.
So, based on that, we now have.
Hammered actual
Or
actually hammered.
I like actually hammered.
yeah,
I like actually.
John
EDC.
actually hammered Simons.
Mikey EDC Fahey,
Yep.
Scott Reaper Jansen,
Yep.
and Jazz the Brain Broom.
You know what I can say?
like
About,
it.
you know what
I
I
like
can say about all of this is every single one of us has worked their entire lives to get that call sign.
It's fucking true. Fucking true.
I put in a lot of work.
Jesus
So.
Christ.
Well,
Actually
boys,
hammered. Oh, hey, Tommy, give me a little swig here.
you got a little,
Give
get
it
a
a
little touch up over there. You know what we didn't decide on
Huh.
is what Young Buck over
Oh,
there. What
Justin.
his call sign's gonna be.
And we got to do Rob's, even though he's not here.
Oh yeah.
Now, Rob made his own call sign at work.
No.
it's
Gimp Pimp 53.
I gave Rob that
I'm
call
good at
sign.
that.
You gave Rob
I
that?
gave Rob that
It's
call
Gimp
sign.
Pimp 53.
Oh really? Because I call him.
Half left.
Half left. I call him.
Step drag.
I call him half left.
Those of you who don't know, Rob's got a gimpy leg. He's got a gimpy leg.
I call him half left. But
Can you have multiple call signs? Could that be a thing? Those are all great.
Yeah, we love all of them.
Yes.
so well, hold on. So Justin's here.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what's his gonna be? Right?
What are the choices again?
I know
we
it.
didn't come
We
up
got to
with
make
that.
up.
I got mine for Justin.
What do you
What
got?
do you got?
TSA.
Those
All right, all in
TSA
favor of
action.
TSA, say aye.
I'm gonna call him.
Redacted. Redacted.
Dude, I like TSA,
like
so
TSA.
much
All right.
more.
I like TSA.
Actual.
TSA. TSA 1.
All right,
TSA.
all in favor of TSA actual for Justin, say aye.
Yeah.
There you go, buddy. All new call sign for you.
And at some point, we will explain this.
Yep, that'll get explained at a later date once redacted for
Might
legal
be, in
purposes.
litigation.
Can't wait.
All right,
Might have to redact some of that last bit.
so now that we've solidified this unit by everybody
I'll make
having a
this
call
easy real
sign
quick. I'll make
picked
this
by
easy real quick for
somebody
Justin
else.
for editing purposes. Redacted.
There you go. So now that we've solidified this unit by everybody picking their call signs for everybody else, I encourage all of you out there to like, share, subscribe, tell your mom, tell your friends, and hell, give your friends a call sign because let
Fuck
them know
yeah.
you're thinking about them.
And if you got a good call sign,
Send it
let
in.
us hear it and
If you
tell
have
us the
call signs
story.
for
And
us,
tell us the
fucking-
story.
We
Yeah.
have
And
free
if you have a call
Podcast
sign
at
for us-
gmail.com.
Yep. Let us know your call sign story or why one of our call signs should be
We'll
changed.
put them
and
in some comments on
hell,
Facebook
we'll
or
ignore it,
Instagram.
but we'll read your fucking story.
And if
so.
you think you can keep up drinking with us, you're probably wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
our
Yep.
cigar
Bring it
company
on.
can outdrink your
Bring
cigar
it on.
company.
Boys, I just want to say thanks for being my Freedom Friends.
Like you.
And to all of you Freedom Friends out there, we encourage you to smoke on, drink on, and actually freedom the fuck on.
Here's.
Here's to next time, boys.